Hey, it's Luke Voigt, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can increase your energy naturally. And by that, I mean we can use the sun, we can use food and supplements, but no drugs. This is going to be part one of a two, maybe three-part video series where we're going to dive into everything I know to improve and biohack your natural energy production. So before we get started, if you haven't already, go check out our lion's mane mushroom extracts over on lionsmaneextracts.com. This is what I use to unlock mental clarity and eliminate brain fog. Literally just take some of it, drop it on your tongue, swallow, or drop it in your coffee, a smoothie, whatever, and you start to feel focused. So if you haven't already, grab your bottle over at lionsmaneextracts.com. And without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I want to cover before we get into the tips is we should be very, very specific about what we're talking about when we're talking about how to increase energy. And by that I mean, when we Google how to increase energy, what we really mean is how can we increase our desire and the ability to do more things. So the way that I look at it, there's two parts to increasing energy. One, the ability to do more things, and two, the desire / motivation to do more things. And this video is going to cover the ability to do more things, like on a physical, on a biological level. And another video, we are going to dive into the motivation. So final note, we're going to go strictly into the practical steps today. No science will be explained. I'm not the guy to explain that to you. I just know what works. If you want the theories, go ahead, look elsewhere. A guy that's great, if you want way deeper explanations on this stuff, is Thomas DeLauer over on YouTube. So just check him out. And this video is literally just meant to give you the actionable steps that'll boost your energy today. So let's go ahead and dive into the tips. If you are not already, one major thing that will amplify your energy no matter what the heck you're doing in the rest of your day, even if you're eating McDonald's every day, is starting your day with a green veggie smoothie, not juice, smoothie. And three major energy vampires are sluggish blood, improper blood flow, bad blood flow, you got crap in your blood, parasites, all sorts of weird stuff can be going on there. So that's one of them. Next is lack of vitamins and minerals. You're literally not getting what you need in terms of nutrients to supply energy production. And third would be dehydration. These are the three major energy culprits outside of sleep deprivation, which we all know. We're all trying to get better sleep, so I'm not even gonna hit you on the head with that one. But a green smoothie will kill all these three birds with one stone. So to correct sluggish blood, your blood requires an alkaline pH in order for it to deliver oxygen to your cells. When your cells get the oxygen they need, they can produce the ATP that your body requires to make energy. If you want to go deeper on the science on this, check out Yuri Elkheim in the show notes or the video notes. I'm going to put this link right here. So you can download this whole tree, by the way. I'm going to link to it in the video description. And go check out Yuri Elkheim if you want a deeper explanation on why you need some greens in order for your blood flow to flow properly. And of course, if your blood's not flowing properly, you're not going to make your energy properly. So here's the recipe that I recommend for your morning green shake. Is organic spinach, organic baby kale, pure pea protein. Determine that amount of protein based on your body weight and your current exercise needs. I like to get at least 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and even higher if you're going on bodybuilding phases. Okay, so judge that. For me, that's going to be about 30 to 50 grams of protein inside of that shake. We're going to do 5 grams of L-glutamine to heal and seal the gut. Anything that you can do to improve your gut health is going to improve your energy, which we will talk about that later. 10 grams of creatine monohydrate. Creatine, a lot of people look at it as a bodybuilding supplement, but it can also help with cognition. So at 10 grams of creatine per day, there are studies that show that that improves memory and cognition. And it was done in elderly patients, but there's no reason it should not work for you as well. Hemp seeds, those are optional. It can be some more protein for you, some more fiber, depending if you tolerate it well. Now, as the base, you're probably going to want a milk. Water's fine too, but you can use organic oat, almond, macadamia, walnut milk. There's all sorts of interesting nut milks available these days. Just make sure there's no sweeteners whatsoever and try to avoid the gums inside of it. The cleaner you can find it, the better. If you make your own, even better. If you need a little sweet in this, it can be bitter. So you might want to do a banana if you tolerate fructose well. I would say the only thing there is if you're on a aggressive fat loss path right now, you're trying to lose fat, I would just avoid the extra sugars there. One lime is going to help with the alkalinity as well, although if you've made it as described, it's going to be quite alkaline, so it's going to be great for you already, but you can add one lime again. And if building muscle, take some extra leucine, depending on the type of protein that you use. If you don't use pea protein and you use a different vegan protein that's not a complete protein, you might need to add some leucine in there. I like to add leucine in there all the time because I'm perpetually trying to build, grow, and maintain my muscles. So leucine is great for that. Okay, now that you've got the recipe, why do we want to blend it? Everyone's telling you to juice vegetables, the juicing craze. I remember the first juice cleanse I did. I thought it was amazing for me, and I put on a bunch of fat. So why blend? Fiber in the smoothie helps you slow down the absorption of nutrients that might spike your blood sugar. So juicing can give you that spike and the crash. It can actually make you fat. So the other reason why you want to blend is you can add protein, and you want to add protein. And also it keeps you full. So you can have it as an actual meal instead of just this thing that spikes your blood sugar, crashes, make you crave things more. So blending is far superior in many different ways. Moving on, the other way to increase your energy naturally is to use omega supplements. They help your energy in a couple different ways. One is reducing inflammation. Inflammation's a major energy vampire any way you look at it. Think eliminating pains, aches, brain fog that slow you down and steal your attention. If you got inflammation in your joints, inflammation in your gut, and in your brain, it's going to be all you can focus on. It's going to be pulling away at your attention, and actually your body is going to be shuttling nutrients to go deal with that stuff instead of pumping it into your brain and your muscles and things that you need to go feel energized and love your life. Omega supplements help activate greater ATP production, you know, the way that your body makes and uses energy. It has mind-blowing benefits. If you look at this article, again, this mind tree is going to be inside of the notes. If you go to this link, you'll see benefit on benefit on benefit of taking omega supplements on a daily basis. It'll blow your mind. So highly recommend you check that out if you're not convinced already. The best brand to use is called Living Fuel. The reason why I like Living Fuel so much is, one, I trust the guy who created the company. It's Casey Krejci. He's got an amazing supplement company. They've been around for longer than any of these other companies out there. They put astaxanthin inside of it, which is kind of like an added bonus you usually get from krill oil. So a lot of people will go over to krill oil instead of the typical fish oil so they can get more astaxanthin. He's put that inside of his fish oil pills. They're high in EPA, which is better for the brain than DHA, or at least for cognition from what I've seen in reducing brain inflammation. EPA is the shit. It's also got some other vitamins like vitamin D, A, I think there's K in there as well. So you can cut down on some of the other supplements you take just by taking that fish oil. No affiliation, just the one that I like, the one I've been taking for more than 5 years. All right, moving on. We've got optimizing your digestion to improve your energy. Now, there's an ancient Chinese proverb that says, full stomach, empty mind. It's so right. We all know that feeling we get, that sluggish, you want to fall asleep, the food coma. We just talked about this in our last video, which was about why do I feel so sleepy after I eat and how we can correct that. If you haven't watched that one, check it out. But essentially, an inflamed stomach is going to lead to a broken brain, a broken energy production system. You're not going to be feeling alive. So anything that slows down your digestion is going to compromise your energy. And if you're struggling for energy, I recommend that you become obsessed with gut health. And the best way to get started for this is to read Healthy Gut, Healthy You by Dr. Michael Ruscio. I think it's Michael, it's definitely Ruscio. And I'll leave you to do that on your own, but I cannot overstate the impact that gut health and digestion has on your energy production. So do not ignore this facet of your energy production. Here's a couple quick tips. Try digestive enzymes if you have trouble digesting big meals or meals of a certain kind, like fattier meals or more protein heavy meals. Experiment with different digestive enzymes. The brand that I take is Biooptimizers. My buddy Matt owns that company. It's a fantastic company. They make excellent products. I've been taking those for more than 7 years at this point. Try digestive bitters. That's another one that I recently started doing. It's basically like orange peels and mixed in alcohol. It basically like stimulates. It's very bitter inside of your mouth, and apparently it helps you kick some of your own digestive enzyme processes into gear before you start eating. Just make sure they're organic. Use the tincture form. I don't know if they're in pills, but you definitely want that tincture, that alcohol kind of form where like this, you're gonna like drop it on your tongue, right? This one's definitely underutilized. Self-hypnosis to stop overeating. Self-hypnosis really works. I got certified in hypnosis many years back. I do not practice it anymore on other people, but I do on myself. I record self-hypnosis tapes all the time. And the amazing thing here is that you can go on YouTube and find pre-made self-hypnosis tapes for free to help you stop overeating or to help you get healthy habits or stop smoking or whatever. But what's really cool about it is when you listen to these tapes on a regular basis, eventually that voice will stick with you, right? So you're about to take a bite that's crossing you over into that overeating territory, and then you hear that voice come in and it's like, I stop eating when I am pleasantly full or whatever, right? It's that voice, it'll come through, and you literally program your brain. It's like programming your brain like a software, and it works. Try removing gluten and dairy for a week. This is another one. It's super obvious, super basic. You might not believe in its power, but I dare you to try it for a week and you'll be surprised how great you will feel. Last quick tip on the digestion part is check out my How to Stop Feeling Sleepy After Eating video. It is going to tell you about blood sugar spikes, how to reduce those, how to cope with them, and how to basically optimize your digestion and utilization of your glucose so that you don't have these crazy blood sugar and insulin responses that throw you into a food coma. Next up, we got nitrates, and nitrates are amazing for helping you increase your energy. So what are they and how do they work? Nitrates are inorganic chemicals found naturally in soil and water and in high concentration in certain vegetables, particularly dark leafy greens. Also, beets are the most famous veggie that is rich in nitrates. Nitric oxide primarily acts as a vasodilator, meaning it helps blood vessels relax and helps more blood and oxygen be delivered to the muscles. Nitric oxide may help our mitochondria, aka the powerhouse of the cell, to be more efficient. Nitric oxide may help improve mitochondrial efficiency by reducing the oxygen cost and increasing energy and time to exhaustion. This means it can help the body make better use of oxygen. Better use of oxygen means more energy to you. So get your nitrates, boys and girls, if you want to feel energized and ready to go. And the best place to get them is going to be fermented beets. Now there's 15 other veggies that I've put here that are high in nitrates and help you produce nitric oxide, but the beets are going to be the go-to one. And if you click and download this mind map, you'll see all these later. Now you can ferment your own and blend them in your morning smoothie. This is the best recommendation I can give you. You want to have fermented beets. And second best would be getting beetroot capsules or powder, making sure that it's fermented. The fermented is going to be a lot more beneficial to your health and help you with that nitric oxide production more. And the brand that I recommend is going to be Premier Research Labs. They've got super high quality stuff. They're also one of the only higher quality brands that also produces the fermented beets instead of the standard beets. So a lot of high quality brands out there have the standard beets but not the fermented beets. So this has both. Next up, my personal favorite, which is Cordyceps Mushrooms. And in case you are doubting its ability, I'll share with you some advice that my father shared with me. Never underestimate the power of mushrooms. Don't take too much. You know what I'm talking about. Cordyceps increase your body's production of ATP, right? Your energy process, the way that your body makes and uses energy. It improves mitochondrial density. It improves blood flow. These mushrooms are incredible. Now, I actually have a personal story of using Cordyceps mushrooms to help an FBI agent get into the academy. My sister worked for the FBI, and her friend at the time was trying to become the world's oldest agent who, passed the physical tests and was able to carry a gun and do all the FBI stuff. And I helped her by giving her a recommendation of Cordyceps mushrooms. She had tried and failed the endurance test, I think 3 or 4 times. And basically she was going for her last attempt. It was going to be the last time that she could actually try to get into the FBI agent position. And the one supplement that I gave her that I told her to take would be Cordyceps to increase her endurance, because they are amazing at increasing energy production, both in the short term and the long term for endurance type activities. This works for your muscle, it works for your brain. Cordyceps are incredible. So the brand that I recommend is obviously going to be ours. Our product's not out yet. So in the meantime, I will recommend one of our competitors, which is Real Mushrooms brand. And Real Mushrooms is a great company. Highly recommend their products. Go for it. And when ours come out, obviously re-up with ours. Now, I would be remiss to not mention some of the basics of natural energy production for you. Remember, masters never don't do the basics. They always do the fundamentals well and add on, in this case, other biohacks on top of it. So remember, drink water, hydrate yourself. Wake up, drink about 30 ounces of water before you do anything, before you have your cup of coffee. Do not drink coffee as your first thing in the morning. Next, don't be so damn sedentary. Get up, walk around in between work, go walk down your street, get a little sunlight, right? Do some cardio. Push yourself. The reason why you want to do cardio is exercise causes your body to produce more mitochondria inside of your cells. Remember, the powerhouse of your cells. This helps you produce energy. Mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of the cells because they create fuel out of glucose from the food that you eat and oxygen from the air you breathe. Having more of them increases your body's energy supply. The mitochondria will stick around and help you create more energy for the days and weeks to come. So exercise is literally an investment that will compound and pay interest. The more you move, the more energy you get. Remember, in 2021, sitting is no longer cool. Smoking is no longer cool. They say that sitting is just as bad for your health as smoking. I don't know about that, but if it's anywhere close, I'm gonna skip sitting all day. I alternate between sitting and standing. And the final reminder that's going to conclude our video and conclude the basics section in this How to Improve Your Energy Naturally video, part 1, is to remind you to optimize your sleep. At the base of all of these tips, at the base of all of your energy production, good sleep is essential. Sooner or later, I'm going to post a video all about optimizing your sleep, everything I know about it, just like this video. It's going to be an epic mind map of things that you can do to optimize your sleep. So stay tuned for that. There might be a link to it already, depending on when you're watching this. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you hanging with me. Throw it a like, share it, subscribe if you want more like it. And if you haven't already, check out our lion's mane mushroom extracts. What these do is they help you unlock mental clarity and eliminate brain fog naturally, so you can stay focused, get more done throughout the day, all doing it the natural way. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.